So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Avengers Infinity War Bearded Captain America. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic looking style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts MCU line. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the window in gold does say SH Figuarts Captain America. Then we do get Cap's symbol of his shield, and on the bottom we do get an image of Captain America. It does say Marvel Avengers Infinity War, Marvel Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box with the blah blah blah, so nobody cares about. Then we do get a tiny image of Cap there. And then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it with another tiny image of the Captain America figure. And then here is the other side of the box. And the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at badass bearded Captain America. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did a really nice job with the detail, just the face. They need to add more paintwork on some of their faces, because this, as someone said on my Instagram, looks more like the guy from Ghost Rider, which is Nicolas Cage. It actually looks like Nicolas Cage, Captain America. If they add more paint detail on some of their faces, they would look exactly like the actors. And I know that's a lot of people's issue with this figure is the face there. It's just very bland looking, doesn't look like Chris Evans. They just need to add more paintwork, and it would look so much better. Like, certain angles, it does look like him, like seeing it in person, like having it in hand. On camera and pictures, it looks more like Nicolas Cage. But I mean, if they added more paint detail, the faces would turn out so much better. The eyes look really good on the figure, very clean paintwork on them, both looking in the same direction. The beard turned out really good, and the hair did too, and we're back to that goldish type hair once again. They did add that like grayish or dark brown shading or wash all throughout it. The beard looks cool, and the hair does look really cool, and I like how they made like the bottom part of the hair on the back like a separate piece, kind of like the Variable Action Heroes One Piece figures. So I really like that they did that, but very nice sculpt all throughout, and just nice, we get that nice brown wash all throughout the hair as well. The skin tone does match on the face and neck and the arms and everything in the hands, so that is definitely a plus right there. The torso turned out really good. They did a very nice job with the sculpt. I love the very dark look to his suit. I think that turned out really nice. They even added like some shading on the white. There is shading on his suit, and I like the way the star looks on the center. Just very nice sculpt work all throughout it. We get the straps going across the, going over the shoulders right there. And then the back here, very nice sculpt, and wherever there is paint, clean paint work once again. And we do get some sculpted wrinkles on the lower back there, even around the upper back on the side. So that's pretty cool looking. And then the belt here is a separate piece, unlike the last one. I do like to push it down so it doesn't get in the way, and it kind of stays on like the crotch piece, but we do get some nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. The pouches look pretty cool, sculpted on there and everything. And then the arms, very nice sculpt all throughout them, nice paint wherever there is paintwork on it, like clean paintwork, you know what I mean? I like how the sleeves look rolled up there. We get some sculpted wrinkles around them and everything. And then the skin tone looks like it has maybe a little bit of shading, unless I'm just seeing things. The gloves look really cool. I love the way the gloves look. Clean paintwork and nice sculpt. It has a cool texture like on the darker brown piece there, which looks pretty cool. And then the legs, we do get some sculpted wrinkles on the crotch piece, and then same with on the pants. And we do get a very heavy, like black shading on the thighs there, as you can see. And very nice sculpt and paintwork all throughout them. The sculpted wrinkles look pretty cool too. And one thing you have to watch out for when you're articulating the leg, watch out for the pockets on the side, because they tend to rub up on the crotch piece, causing some damage, as you see on mine right there. So just be a little careful when you articulate your Captain America. And then the back, we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles. They have like some seams sculpted on there, and then the kneecap pieces look pretty cool. Some nice sculpted wrinkles on the lower legs. The boots turned out really good. They could have added some shading on them because they are very plain looking, but they do have a very nice sculpt to them. They didn't even paint the buckles. I don't know if they're supposed to be painted or not. And then the feet, whoops, the feet turned out pretty good too. Some sculpted wrinkles and some tiny sculpt work here and there. There's a tiny buckle as well that isn't painted. Then the bottom, we get some beautiful sculpted treads. Those look dope, but overall, they did a nice job with the figure itself. It's just the face. It doesn't look like Chris Evans that much, because they need to add more paint detail on some of their faces, man, because it looks more like Nicolas Cage with a damn beard cosplaying as Captain America. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we really do not get anything with this Captain America, and to me that is the biggest disappointing thing about this figure. It's like, come on, man. Really? Not even an alternate face? Not even the damn shields they made for him in Wakanda? We get this random spear that one of the villains had that he used in one scene. Like, come on, Tamashii Nations. What the hell is up with that? We only get the one face that comes on the figure, no like angry face or smiling face or any other type of facial expression besides the basic one for an alternate face or head. And then for his weapons, we get the spear that he took from the goblin dude, I believe it was. And we don't get the shields that Black Panther had made for him in Wakanda. Like, what's the deal with that? I think I'm going to have to buy the Marvel Legends Infinity War cap just to get the shield so I can use it with this figure. So that is the biggest disappointing thing to me about this Infinity War Captain America. But what we do get with the figure, we do get this spear here, which actually looks really cool. I do like the gold that they chose for it. I believe it is painted, not 100% sure on that. I don't see any shading or anything on there, but you can have them grip onto it right here or over here. And these are really, really sharp, so be very careful with this weapon here. But it has some very nice sculpt work, like around the blade right there. I really dig the way that looks, and it's the same thing on the other side. And he does grip onto it very well with his gripping hands. So we do get the Goblin Spear, and then we finally get 6 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which comes on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout each individual hand. I really love the detail on these between the sculpt and the paint. I like the texture on like the darker brown. I think that looks really cool. You can see the thumbnail sculpted on there and everything, and all the hands are very simple to swap out. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we also get a pair of gripping hands, which is meant for the Goblin Spear. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it anyway. And once again, great detail all throughout these. The fingernails are sculpted on there and everything, and I really like the way the palm looks on the glove right there. So we do get a pair of those. And then finally, wow, that was quick going over the accessories, we get a pair of open hands. And once again, great job with the detail all throughout these. Fingernails sculpted on there, and just very nice work on the gloves. They just look so dope on this figure. It's probably one of the best things about the figure, the way the gloves look on all his hands. But anyway, that is all the very disappointing limited amount of accessories we get with this Infinity War cap. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? Now for the height of Steve Rogers. To the very top of his hair, it looks like he's just shy of 6 inches and a quarter of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Black Panther, the Infinity War Iron Spider, the Infinity War Doctor Strange, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord with Baby Groot on his shoulders. And then here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Cable, the Figma Deadpool, the Mezco 112 Old Man Logan, and the SH Figuarts Gladiator Hulk. And then here he is compared to the Mafex Justice League Superman, the Storm Collectible Sub-Zero, the SH Figuarts Wonder Woman, and the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and some points are pretty good, while other points are just really bad on this figure. So we do have 2 joints at the neck here. The upper neck joint, you can only get capped to look up about that much. It does get hindered by the hair and the collar. And then looking down, he really does not look down at all, just pretty much looks straight ahead. Then we do get pretty good pivot at the upper neck there, and then of course it does swivel. The lower neck joint only goes forward a tiny bit and really does not go back at all. So with both joints, he looks down a little bit better combining both of the joints there. Then going back, like I said, it gets hindered, so he doesn't look up any further than just using the upper neck there. We do get very minimal pivot at the lower neck, and then it does slightly swivel, not too much though. So combining both neck joints, you really don't get the greatest articulation there. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso, right under the chest, and it really does not go forward at all. That's just extremely disappointing right there. It does go back a pretty good amount though, but can't really go any further back than that. Then we do get decent pivot, pretty good pivot there, and then it does slightly swivel. The waist here does go forward much better. So combining both joints, he really doesn't go forward too much. And going back, he does go back a lot. So with both joints, you can get Cap to articulate backwards pretty well. But you do see a little bit of a gap there. You can cover it with his belt, and it's on a ball peg, I believe, so it can like shift side to side and forward and back. Very nice pivot at the waist, but you do see a gap on each side the further you go. You can kind of hide it with the belt though, and then of course you do get the swivel there, so much better movement at the waist and a really bad movement at the torso. Now for the arms here, we do have a butterfly joint there, and you can't crisscross the arms. You almost can, actually you can't almost, but at least we do have a butterfly joint, you know. Then we do get a pretty good circular motion at the shoulder there, which is a point of articulation I do like. Then we have these pieces that kind of like cover the joints, but you got to tuck the shoulder under it in order to get his arm to go out a little more than 90 degrees. So nice movement there. Flips, and then they do go up and down. No bicep swivel. It is actually built into the shoulder, which, like I said in my Spider-Man review, I hate very much. Then we do have a double jointed elbow that bends in all the way, so that's definitely good. The joint does swivel where it connects into the biceps, so that kind of makes up for not having true bicep swivel. Then it does slightly swivel where it connects into the forearm. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. So nice articulation throughout the arm there. Then the legs, we do have the drop down leg joints there, so you can shift them down a tiny bit, and Cap kicks forward 90 degrees, goes to the back just a tiny bit, and let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and he actually almost can, just shy of 90 degrees. Then we do get the upper thigh swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way, so that's definitely good. Then for the ankles, we get some really bad ankle articulation, so they do swivel. They only hinge up just a tiny bit, and hinging down, it seems like it's a little bit better. And then the pivot is pretty bad on this figure, as you can see. Horrible ankle pivot. Like, come on, Tamashii Nations, really? That's the best ankle pivot you could put on Captain America? Like, come on, man. And then we do have a very nice toe hinge. So overall, some points are pretty good, while other points are just really bad. But, I mean, you'll be able to get them in some decent Captain America-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Infinity War Captain America. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 7. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you could head over to their website at agelessgeeks.com, or I would highly recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook group. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic looking style box. Damn you! And on the bottom here we do get an image of Captain America. Then it does say Marvel. And then here is the bottom of the box with the blah blah blah, so nobody cares about them. Forgot to mention it says SH Figuarts. I was wondering where it said that on the box. Now I know. Alrighty then. The move. The SH Figuarts Civil War Black Panther, it does go back a tiny bit. You go any further, you're going to see a gap there, but I don't think you could go back any further. Whoops. I think mine almost got stuck there, as you just saw.